Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how the Connor office are in on it with the higher ups. How they are in on it with the higher ups, the Connor offices. And before I get into the video, I want to explain some things about how they covering up people deaths. Okay. I'm going to spill the tea about a lot of this stuff because it needs to be spilled. Okay. A lot of people want to trust these corner offices, and I'm going to be honest. You should not trust anyone. It's in the word, trust no man, only trust God, right? Because men can lie, people can lie, and they can hide things when they want to. Okay. Um, I remember when COVID-19 hit. I mean, I used to have a dream about me fighting Satan, and before it even hit, it was like I'm fighting Satan in China, and something was going to happen in China. Well, I was noticing things over there where they were killing the government. The CCP was killing their own people. Okay? In the hospitals. They were doing it in the hospitals, killing their own folks. Didn't want their family members to come in the hospital with their own folks. Trying to cover that mess up, killing the journalist. The journalist was disappearing. I remember all of that. Over here, they tried to make people wear the mask. It had nothing to do with the mask. I'm going to let y'all know that now. It had nothing to do with that. It was all designed to kill, depopulate, and then cover the mess up and blame it on COVID-19. Okay? So, I remember watching the Chinese journalists. That's who I was paying attention to. And they were the ones filming this stuff, saying it was their own government killing the people in the hospitals. And then then the CCP would come and get them and, probably kill them off, and they disappeared. Okay? I remember that. So they were lying on the deaths. One guy said his brother, Chinese guy, brother got killed, beat up and killed or stabbed, something like that. And he called him and said, "Why y'all lie and say it was COVID-19?" Okay. Yeah, I paid attention to all that. So I'm just spilling the tea. I'm going to spill the tea on these corner offices because they need to be highly investigated. The thing is, the chiefs that's getting hired at these corner offices are there to lie for the big time higher ups. Okay. So I'm noticing that, and then I talked to one guy. He works for the courthouse. Now he told me this undercover. He said it was a sheriff. Now I'm in Louisiana. He said there's a sheriff. A lot of those people was murdered. Okay. A lot of them people was murdered. And then he would tell them, "Oh yeah, we just put it as COVID-19. That's what we put it as." So instead of putting what the murder was, they will lie and say, "Oh, it's just COVID." Yeah, I'm going to just spill it out because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of this lying game. You depopulating, covering the mess up, lying on people deaths. I don't know this crap. You want to depopulate? Of course. Of course. I ain't no dumb fool. Now this is going to be interesting to a lot of people because a lot of people trust these corner office on these deaths. They really do. And I'm going to be honest with you. People can lie. They can lie. If they're not fully for God, equipped for God, and they're trying to get over on someone, and they're trying to get over, and they're trying to get their own profit to gain and stuff like that, they're going to lie. Okay? I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Blunt and straightforward. Okay? Another thing, too. My mama died on the 2nd. She died. I'm the one found her in the hospital at midnight, dead, 12 o'clock a.m. Then I found her at 12:03. Okay. The corner offices well, the Coroner office, East Baton Rouge, lied and said it was natural causes, like they all would do, and say she died. They investigated on the first. How you going to investigate something on the first and say it was investigated on the first when she died at midnight on the second? So when I told the guy at the Coroner office, and then I told him, I said, no, my mama had morphine in her system and she had to be revived from that. Oh, get you a lawyer. And he hung up in my face. See? The reason why, because I told him, I said, don't think I don't know y'all all in on it. The hospital got their own judges, the hospital got their own lawyers, and the hospital got their own Coroner offices. Don't think I am not stupid enough to know all this. Get you a lawyer. Hung up in my face. So, they know what they doing, right? The thing is that these people in these hospitals to depopulate, okay? This is why they don't want holistic doctors in these hospitals, being straightforward on that, okay? They don't want holistic doctors. Now, like I said, Our Lady of the Lake was known in 1911, Catholic nuns supposed to treat patients holistically. They don't want that. So when you go there, they're giving you all these stupid medicines that can practically OD you, okay? Or you can practically have allergic reaction and die, you know. So they into depopulating these hospitals. Like, I don't know that Red Cross is owned by the Satanic Temple. Like, I don't know all this stuff. I don't know cult members work in hospitals. Yeah, just picture a witch and a warlock being a nurse and your doctor. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest and straightforward. Because I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Of the lying bull crap that these people play. Okay? And I'm going to spill it all, baby. Okay? I have nothing to hide. So, I want to show you this video about, he's also telling the truth about, because they did to my daddy as well. I actually asked the Coroner office chief guy in New Orleans, how much they paying you, man? How much they paying you to cover up people's deaths? Because he was one of them that also covered my daddy's death, as well as a celebrity that was well known. Okay? So this guy's going to explain it too, the same thing I was explaining. He knows about it as well. He covered up a death of celebrity. Now, a lot of these celebrities are sacrificed because they sold into the game. They sold. Okay? Straight blunt and straightforward. I am not sugarcoating anything. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat. A lot of people want to sugarcoat. I ain't doing that, miss. Heck nah. Heck to the nah. So, he covered up the death of celebrity. Okay? Because, you know, they sacrificed for Lucifer. Because they sold to Lucifer. Okay? That's the type of game they get into. You want to sell your soul to Lucifer to make money? Then you get sacrificed to Lucifer for the soul afterwards. That's how that goes. That's how that rolls. Okay? But they're not going to say it like that because they want you to continue to be blinded. So therefore, I'm going to say it for them. Okay? I'm tired of lying games. They're into depopulate. You got these wicked fallen angels in a body into depopulate. So they are trying to manipulate the system as saying, oh, they all dying of natural causes, when we know darn well a lot of these people ain't. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you this video where he's going to explain the same thing I have explained. Okay? So here we go.
First off, not only should...
Oh, let me hold on. Let me get the volume up. Okay?
First off, not only should Kim Porter's body be exhumed by a separate forensic person to see how she really died, but an investigation needs to be launched into the Los Angeles Coroner's office that declare so many celebrities celebrity deaths to be suicides or overdoses or pneumonia, and no real investigation was done into these celebrity deaths.
Exactly. These coroner officers are in on it with these higher ups. So they get these specific coroner office people, these specific people that they hire for the coroner office, the chief executive of it. These people will lie for them. This is the reason why they're the chief. Okay? They will lie for them. These people, you have people that have died with murder. They have been murdered. Okay? Malpractice, murdered, and all kinds of stuff due to their bodies that's not supposed to have been done in the first place. And yet these coroner officers are covering the mess up with their bull crap because they are covering it for the higher ups. They're getting paid off. I'm spilling the tea. I am spilling it all on you. Because people, y'all need to watch these people. You need to watch them. If they cult members in hospitals, cult members in the coroner office, cult members everywhere, you need to watch them. They are evil. They will kill you off and cover it up like ain't nothing happened. That's how they roll. Because they want to seem like they still good. You know how evil are? Want to pretend they good and not. Oh, let me kill someone, but yet I'm gonna pretend I'm innocent. Yeah, I know this game like a book, and I am not gonna let any of these corner officers get away with it. I'm spilling the tea on all of y'all. Let's continue.
Celebrity dies. All poisons and toxins should be tested on the body. All of them. Just for the simple fact, this is a celebrity. A lot of people, if not, some people will have a real motive to want them dead. Michael Jackson. These coroners, I'm telling you, need to be investigated. For a lot of these deaths being determined to be other causes than what they really was. Because what you got to understand is whatever the coroner rules is what determines if the police investigate the death or not. So if the death is ruled, let's say a suicide, but really somebody made it look like a suicide, but the coroner rules it was a suicide, the police department can't even really investigate it now because of what the coroner ruled. So a lot of these deaths, to me, is highly suspicious, and these coroners need to be investigated. Real talk, especially in Los Angeles. Real talk.
So let's look at the reviews. Of course, I've already responded. There's one that's also I agree with. He said all coroner officers. Oh my God. So I said, yeah, it's all coroner officers. They all doing it. So really, that coroner officer, East Baton Rouge guy, hung up in my face because I told him, don't think y'all all in on it. Get your darn lawyer hung up in my face. You know. And you know when you get to them, when people hang up in your face, right? Especially when you're telling the truth. The problem is, though, is because these people want to play this mind control game, because that's how a lot of these cult members roll. They don't like it when you out of that mind control game and know what their tactic is about. They don't like that because they're trying to play that mess on you. Same time, you have waken up to their game. Okay? I know about these cult members like a book, and I am spilling it. They are in these government, they are in these hospitals, They are in the coroner office. They are in these positions, and they are not to be trusted. Yep. Spilling the tea. I have to spill it because they are lying on people's deaths. And then the government and everyone else want to play along with the lie, with the false information. They want to play along with it. They go along with the lie rather than the truth of the family member that was there. Yep, I said it. They go along with the lie rather than the truth of the family member that was there. So, that explains why I have to tell it like it is. Yeah, he hung up in my face when I told him. I said, my mama had to be revived from that morphine. And when they gave her that morphine again, after that, her fingers and her hands turned blue. Don't think I don't know the side effects to morphine, which it turns it blue. Get your darn lawyer. Hung up in my face. That's the problem I have with these coroner officers. They are working together with the higher-ups. Yeah. I am spilling everything. I am not sugarcoating anything. They need to be highly investigated. Like I said before, the government needs to be overthrown. Because we have demons in there. We have cult members in there. And they are not good. None of them are. You know, people want to pretend they're good. You are not good serving Lucifer. I'm going to just spill the tea again. You are not good serving the devil. How are you good serving the devil when the devil is the enemy? Explain that to me. Huh? The devil goes against God, yet you want to pretend you're good. So, I just want to clarify something here. I want y'all to look into these coroner offices. Y'all need to probably investigate a lot of y'all family members' deaths, if y'all haven't already. But, you know, a lot of them dead and gone. But it's sad to say that a lot of these coroner officers have blamed it on suicide and natural causes rather than murder and malpractice. It's a lot of deaths that have not been told what they were. I'm just being honest. Because demons like to murder. Demons like to kill. And they do not want to admit they do that. They do not want to admit they do that. Okay? How many people want to admit that they killers? Not too many. Okay? Not too many. Unless they really totally vexed and don't give a darn. Okay? But a lot of people wants to hush up their murders. They want to hush up and cover it up like it ain't nothing. Let's murder and cover it up. Let's move on. Murder, cover it up. Move on. This is the play game they got going on out here. And then they get mad at you when you the one see their game. They get upset and get an attitude and get rude with you when you the one see their game. With you getting attitude and rude with the person that we see the game that you playing, that you know you wrong. You the wrong idiot that you know for a fact that you the one did wrong to that person. Yet you getting rude and angry at the person that knows your game. Yep, I have to spill it. So, people, I want y'all to take wise and be highly vigilant to look at these coroner's offices and news reporters, even them, because I seen that they had news reporters. There was a clip, a video. They were the new news reporters were leaving because they didn't want to lie for the higher ups to cover up people's deaths and stuff. They didn't want to lie for them. So that's why you practically see the same news reporters all the time, because they're there for the lies. They're there to lie for these big higher ups. Yeah, I'm spilling everything. Because I'm tired of it. Tired of the game plan. You into depopulate, you into murder, and then you want to lie and cover it up. Yeah. Bingo. So, that's what I wanted to say, y'all. And people, I want y'all to pay close attention to everything they do. So, like I spoke to the lady, she was a older lady, Filipino older lady. She told me she knew the lawyer of the Isle Lady Lake. They got their own lawyers, they got their own judges. They can lie on the medical records and cover it up like ain't nothing happening. This is the type of stuff they doing. So in the meantime, they lying on your death and covering that mess up. Why they murder your tail? Hey, I'm just being honest. Okay? There's a lot of people going to sugarcoat this, but I am not, because I'm fed up. I am fed up with this. I'm tired of this lying game, and I'm spilling every tea on cult members in these hospitals, in these corner offices, in the government, everywhere. Y'all know y'all doing it, and I'm spilling it. So, people, if you want to trust in God, Jesus Christ, but don't trust in people that can lie to you. Okay? Serve this word here. Jesus Christ is God.